Well, hello, class. Want to welcome you to compensation. So glad each one of you have decided to enroll in this class. My name is Justin Lacey, and I will be your instructor this semester. So glad to have each one of you, and I think you're really, really going to enjoy this class, and I hope we have a productive semester together. I think why this class is such a good class is no matter what you end up doing with your career, this course matters. I know a lot of you are management, labor relations, human resources majors, which is phenomenal. That's what I studied as an undergrad myself. But no matter what you do with your career, you could be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or an international business person. No matter what you do, compensation and benefits follow you for whatever you do in your career. I mean, let's be honest. Most people, vast majority, I should say, work to get money and benefits. I mean, that's why we go to work. Very, very few people are able to work, for little or no pay. So, what you will learn in this class about how compensation is developed, how information is gathered, and then what do we do with that? How do we compare ourselves internally and externally? How do we, develop a good benefit plan to help us, attract and attain top talent? Those are the types of things that we're going to study this semester. And again, so I'm hoping by the end of the semester, not only will you have a greater appreciation for compensation and benefits work and total rewards, but you will have a fuller understanding about why it is relevant and what you can do in your career with what you will learn. So again, my name is Justin Lacey. Feel free to call me Justin. Whenever, if you email me or anything, or we have a discussion, you don't have to call me Dr. Lacey or Professor Lacey. Justin is just fine. So I'm perfectly fine with that. So I am a lawyer by trade. So if you know any good lawyer jokes, I'd love to hear them because they're probably all true. But I have spent over 20 years in human resources, specifically doing in labor and employment law and things along those lines. And I have a very strong background in compensation and benefits as well. So I just love teaching this class. It's such a thrill for me. And again, I hope that as we go throughout the semester, you'll get kind of that same feeling as well. Well, as you've probably surmised by now, I am not physically located, where the university is. I am physically located in St. Louis, Missouri. I work full time for St. Louis University, a Catholic Jesuit institution in St. Louis, Missouri. So I work in the Office of General Counsel as the Director of Institutional Equity and Diversity. So I'm sure you've all taken Title IX training, and and you probably had classes in harassment and discrimination. Well, my team investigates all of those things for our university and helps make our campus, free from harassment, discrimination, bias, things along those lines, as well as handling, anything that's Title IX related. But again, before I really got into this type of work, again, I spent many years directly in human resources, pretty much all in higher education. I've worked for 4 different universities throughout the country. In HR, specifically in employee relations, compensation, and benefits. So again, I'd like to think that my background definitely gives me the experience to not only teach this class, but to help all of you have a better appreciation for the class itself. So again, it's very nice to meet all of you, and I look forward to meeting all of you as we go along. So just one textbook for this class. It looks just like it's Compensation, the 14th edition by Barry Gerhardt. So make sure you have a copy of this. I get people asking me, well, if I have the 12th or the 13th edition, will that suffice? I don't want to say no, but sometimes some of the page numbers I reference or some of the illustrations might be off by a couple pages or may not even be included. So if you can get the 14th edition, obviously that's ideal. If you can't, hopefully you can try to get by as best you can. So that's the textbook for this class. So the syllabus is posted for you. So if you all the questions that you should have about the semester should be in the syllabus. As far as grade goes, we'll have several assignments throughout the semester, and they're generally either classroom discussions where we engage in conversation with your classmates, and then there also be a couple of worksheet assignments here and there that I will assign. That'll be kind of spaced out throughout the semester. And that'll be worth 100 points for the whole semester. we will have 2 exams throughout the semester for a total of 250 points, and those kind of cover the first half of the class and the second half of the class. And the exams are a combination of multiple choice and short answer and essay, kind of a combination of all things. And again, I'll talk about those more as we get closer to the exams. And then we have worth 150 points. There's 3 parts of our overall course project. We have a course project that covers, it's divided up into 3 sections worth 50 points each, where we cover a variety of compensation topics. And again, usually around week 3, I will introduce the first part of the course project, so to be able to tell you what my expectations are, what you need to do, and how you're going to take the information that we've learned and apply it to the real world. So that's the whole idea behind the course checkpoint, because by the time you finish the third part of the project, you will have developed a full compensation and benefits plan to give you an idea of what real compensation professionals and benefits professionals do in the working world. So it'll give you a great example of what to look for in the future. So that's kind of how the grading works in this class. And again, I try to be as open to you as possible. If you send me an email, I will do my absolute best to respond within 24 hours. If it's the weekend, if you send me on Friday night or Saturday or Sunday, it might be Monday till I get back to you, but I will do my best to respond as quickly as I can. As far as grading goes, so if you submit an assignment on Sunday, most of our assignments will be due on Sundays. I will try to get those graded back to you either by Wednesday or Thursday, or on occasion Friday of that same week. Because I don't want you to have to be waiting on, where am I at in the class, or how much information do I need. So I will try to get that back to you as soon as I possibly can. So. Well, I think that covers all the main points I want to make. But again, I'm so excited that you're here. I think this is going to be a wonderful semester. I love teaching this information, and I hope you will enjoy it as well. Again, every week, in addition to the textbook, chapters that are assigned, and please make sure you stay up with those because I reference so much from out of the textbook. But the chapter lecture videos that I do, I try to hit the highlights for you. Compensation can sometimes be very, very, minute details and things. And I want you to appreciate that, but I really want you to understand the overall general concepts more than anything. So my videos, my lecture videos will tend to focus on the high points that I really want you to know, not just for exam purposes, but also for what I think is relevant for you to know in the real world. So that will be my approach to those, And with my exams, I don't try to trick you with the exams. I try to focus what we talk about in our lectures as well as what's solely in the textbook. I don't try to bring in outside stuff to confuse you. So if you watch the lecture videos, stay up on the textbook, do the assignments, I really think you'll do very, very well in this class. So again, welcome to Compensation and Benefits and Total Rewards. I hope it's a great semester. And it's a pleasure to be your instructor. Thanks so much.